Terran Lamp Show.
The Terran Lamp Show.
The Terran Lamp Show.
The Terran Lamp Show.
It's the Terran Lamp Show.
It's the Terran Lamp Show.
Where the topic of discussion is you.
So let's go.
Welcome everyone, this is the Terran Lamp Show. Thank you so much for joining me. In each episode we are going to dive into the incredible stories of those around us in our communities. We've teamed up with Chicago News Weekly to bring you the health and wellness journeys of those around us, shaping our world. I am your host, Terran Lamp, and this is the Terran Lamp Show. So today, we have Maryum Ali, the eldest of Muhammad Ali's 9 children. She was instilled with a deep sense of purpose from an early age. Her father would often ask, "What is your purpose?" Her unwavering response was always, "I want to help people." That guiding conviction has shaped a dynamic career grounded in service, creativity, and advocacy.
All right. Hey, Terry, how are you?
Thank you for coming.
I'm excited to be here on the show. This is beautiful.
So you wanted to start with back in the day.
Back in the day, Terry and I know each other. 15 years, right?
Long time.
Long time.
Tell us how.
I remember, see, Terry and I have a mutual friend, and she's always very supportive of everything. She's such a sweet woman. I'm proud of her. And I remember Terry used to help me out. I used to produce huge comedy events at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles on Sunset. Mm-hmm. And about 300 people would be there. And Terry would help me raise money for Parkinson's disease research. And they were just really, it was good times, good shows.
We had so much fun back in the day. I mean, we were always talking about like those were the good times, right? Those were the good times. But you've always been involved, like you said, in advocacy and creativity. You've had so many different genres you worked in, right? And I think for me, you've always been such an inspiration because you have been able to do that. Because one thing, it's just like you're always out there on the street. Mm-hmm. I think that's something that people may not know about you, that you were just ground level. You know what I mean? You were always out there with the people. You always have been willing to serve. You've always been so gracious and kind. Yeah. And you've had so many different, avenues you worked with. Yeah. And now you're working with working on your one-woman show. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that. Now, I've seen it.
Yeah.
So, but I want people to hear it from you.
Yeah, well, I mean, a little background. So I love the performing arts, always have. I was in talent shows in school, my formative years, and I wanted to, I watched my dad use his platform to help people, especially young people. He had an affinity for young folks. And he was a great role model, and he did take on the responsibility as a person in the limelight to project a certain way and to try to enhance and encourage young folks to love them, who they were, what color they were, how they looked, their hair texture, and say, "You're beautiful the way you are." And that really impacted me in a lot of ways. And I kind of wanted to use music. I was in hip hop for a while and stand-up comedy to kind of give that kind of message. Okay. And so I love the performing arts. I'm creative at heart.
Yeah, you are.
But Hollywood was a little crazy.
Yeah. It got a little.
They talk about the Me Too movement, and I kind of saw that stuff in my young 20s, being a little cutie pie back in the day. Anyway, no, but it was just the values didn't align with my values. And so I was in stand-up comedy. We did the comedy shows. I would host them and invite all the great comedians out, and did a little theater and some TV. And I just wanted more. I wanted to be able to use that platform, and I didn't see the avenue to be able to do that. So I got off into social services. Okay. And you actually came out. I worked in gang prevention and development. And we would have these park programs and the weekend. I think you came to one.
Okay.
Did you come?
I'm sure.
To the park?
I'm sure. I can't remember anything.
Maybe that was another friend with Bobby. But anyway, I spent 15 years in gang prevention, youth development, and I always said I would get back to the performing arts later in my 50s. I'm in my 50s, Lord have mercy.
Welcome.
And so I did. I wrote a one-person performance, and you came out to see it, and I tested it in LA at the end of 2022, did well in the test. It was a reading then, and then I produced it myself here in Chicago at Kennedy King College. You came out, you helped me with that. Terran is always helping people, and I I think it was a success. People really liked it.
I think it was too, and I think what made it a success, like I'm thinking about one of the things I had on here for you is, you know, you're a daughter, you're a sister, you're a friend, and I think when people see it, they're going to see something that, it's not just a presentation, it's not a speech, it's like you and your experiences as a whole.
It's a play.
It's a play,
Yeah.
and I think, you know, just learning, even for myself, like seeing a one-woman show, you're like, what can I expect, right? What can I think about expecting? And so this wasn't just something where you're standing up there, you have movement, you have sound, you have emotion in the play that I think people really need to know that they're gonna get a chance to see.
Right.
So, and I also thought when I saw it, how in the heck did she do that? How in the heck do you have that many moving parts?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
how did you get it all to work together? Or I don't know if you can tell us like a glimpse into the behind the scenes of making it work, but there's so much to the play that you're laughing, you're crying, you're in awe, you're mad, you're sad, you're happy.
Right.
You
The
know?
storytelling.
Yeah.
Well, the play is called Float, and it's and there are 15 different stories, about 20 different voices and characters, and I'm basically telling stories about formative years in my life, and also how my father kind of raised me in his parenting style and how his parenting and convictions had a lasting impact on my life, my self-worth, my identity. And there's so much about my dad, Muhammad Ali. There are documentaries, there are books. Although the whole play isn't about him, he's in it a good portion of the time as a father. And people like my dad, who are so popular in the skill that they have and the fame of them, they kind of ignore the father side, that the human side, which I'm kind of happy they did, because now the kids can tell it, right?
Yeah.
So to show him how did he help me when they were trying to bully me as a black Muslim girl in the south suburbs of Chicago, you know, how did I handle that? So there are all these different stories, and they're very different stories.
Yes.
They're very different. So I talk about, you know, some of my school time and how he helped me with that. I talk about being in sports. I talk about my family, and as a Muslim family, how did 9/11 attacks impact us? Not to give too much away, but the stories are fast and they keep coming. And like you said, there's sound effects, there's lighting, there's visuals, there's
so much.
There's a lot
emotion
going on. There's a lot, and it's a play. It's not me just talking. I'm actually playing the characters, and the best compliment I've received, which I'm very humbled to receive, is that people saw all the elements of that story and all the people with just one person.
Yes.
And my mentor, she doesn't know it because I've never met her. Her name is Charlene Willett-Woodard, and she has a series of one-person plays that I saw. And that back when I was in my 20s and I didn't know I would do this, I saw her be on stage by herself with 400 people watching her, no visuals even, and I could see everything this woman was saying. And so I knew the magic of that, and for 20 years I've been studying on how to do it.
You had to study, I mean, because when I'm thinking about, and like you said, without giving too much away, I mean, at some point you're standing up, at some point you're not standing up, at some point you're over here, at some point you're over there.
And changing voices.
Yes, you're somebody else.
I'm playing a teenager white kid who's 17, then going into my father's voice, and then going into my 16-year-old voice, and you can see the scene.
And you're taking us on that ride.
Right.
And you're taking us on that ride with you. How much of that, like, I had here, like, you know, like you said, like, inner work, like, how long?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you. I'm going to say this first for people who are watching, because everyone doesn't do creative stuff. This is for anything you're pursuing, anything. Please, please, please. Study in depth and comprehensively what it is that you want to do. The research of it, practicing, having mentors who have done what you've done. I had mentors. I've been studying the genre for a long time. I've done research. So whatever you're embarking upon, bring to it a comprehensive understanding of it.
Okay.
So it's not weak and watered down, or it's a D+ instead of an A+, right? So what one person shows, I always heard they were very hard. But again, I did stand-up for 15 years, and I did public speaking for 10 years. So I've been on stage by myself most of my life, so I'm very comfortable by myself. But you gotta research.
Yeah.
So even when I'm talking about my family being in the Nation of Islam and then converting into the true Islam form of Islam, the Sunni Islam, even though that was my life, I had to go back in time and read. When I was 1 to 7 years old, I didn't study that time period, so I had to study that era. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot, you know, I had to spend weeks and weeks finding the music. I had to spend weeks and weeks finding the sound effects. I had to spend months researching. I had to spend months working with my director. There are all these compartments, and it took 3 years to see what you saw. It took 3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, did it, like, when you were building up to the show, did you see how all this had affected you before, you know, while you were writing it? Were you like, man, I was affected by this more than I had anticipated, right? There's some parts in the play where I was like,
yeah, I kind of already knew it affected me. That was a given, because that's why I wrote it.
yeah,
But as I was writing, I was only focused on writing it well.
okay,
I wasn't focused on the acting. I wasn't focused on, I saw what the visuals could be, but the compartment I was in at the point of writing was making it well written,
okay,
right? So I just stuck in the well written, right. But it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I selected the parts that I selected, one is because of what our nation is going through today. And I'll tell you, the catalyst for why I wrote it this way and what I talked about was when Barack Obama became president and how he and Michelle were treated as African Americans. The monkey jokes, you know, the racism and the divisiveness that I saw made me say, you know what? My father kind of talked about this to me when I was young, and there's a history, even the hate against anti-Muslim bigotry that is really based on false news reports. I lived that life. So I said, in talking about these ideas in real stories and experience, I'm talking about what's happening right today.
yeah.
So that's why it's written. I wanted to do it.
Yeah, because it's like you can see when you're watching it, you can see the story then, and then unfortunately you can see the story now.
Oh yes.
You know,
Yes.
like that's the kind of the
Right.
ironic part about it, right? Like this happened
Right.
years ago when you were a child, some of these parts, but unfortunately they're still going on today. And that's what I think took you
By
through this.
design.
Yeah, took you through this, the audience, I say, through this roller coaster
Right.
ride of emotions. But me knowing you as a
But
friend,
it's fun too, right?
Yeah, as a
it's
friend.
It's not dark, you know.
No, because you laughed in there,
there's some
you
fun
laughed
stuff.
in there, you were
Yeah,
humorous.
yeah.
I mean, you, like you said, you played different characters. At some point, you played younger,
Right.
younger you, younger people.
Yeah.
So that's the fun part. But and also knowing you as I know you, like knowing you as hee hee ha ha,
Right.
where we've giggled and hoot and hollered. I see that person too.
Right.
Right. So I see you up there, and I'm like, well, this is Meme, my friend, my girl. And then this is Meme, a story from her perspective.
Right.
So it was just so good to like watch and learn.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot in it too, like that I did not know about the culture, your perspective that I
Then
really
I have
learned.
historical, although the historical parts are very quick because I don't want to bore anybody.
Yeah.
But I flash back to historical things that resonate with us as African American women, right, and as Black people. So yeah, you go back in time a little bit. Yeah.
You go back in time, then you go forward in time.
Yeah, go forward. Yeah.
You go forward in
But
time.
it's the one person. A lot of people are afraid to go to these because I've been to a lot
Really?
of bad ones. Oh yes.
Really?
I've had people here in Chicago that didn't show up because they said, I didn't know how I would watch one person for 90 minutes. They didn't know.
You don't even feel like it's 90. First of all, you don't even feel like it's 90 minutes. That's the first thing.
Right. They didn't really, because people don't know the genre. They don't know the solo performance genre outside of comedy.
Why did you pick
comedy.
this genre?
Because it was the only way to me to have creative control.
Okay.
Yeah, when you do TV, you could do a television show, sell it. And this happened to me. I wrote something to be on Comedy Central. They picked it up as a test run, and then they changed it. and they changed it in a way, not Comedy Central didn't change it, but the producers I was working with, it was for Comedy Central. And the producers I was working with said, no, we want it this way. And they made it completely the opposite of what it was valued to be.
Okay.
And I was devastated. So in theater, if you're the playwright, no one can change it.
Okay.
So it's empowering to be completely independent in your creativity. And that's why the one-person genre was the way to go. It's like, there's
So you knew it.
I already knew. You know,
Yeah.
theaters, they either want what you're saying or they don't. And the theater experience is that last place where people know they're going to learn about someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can turn the channel and say, I want to watch Fox instead of MS Now, or I want to watch Al Jazeera instead of, News, whatever, Max. But in theater, when you see what the play is about, you're giving a green light to, okay, I don't know anything about this kind of person, but I want to experience what they experienced in the same country I live in, so I just understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to theater, I can go to a theater of all black cast, and the audience is all white, and they're clapping. Because that audience wants to hear from their perspective.
Yeah.
And that's the last kind of place where you can do that without people criticizing it.
And
right?
like you said, it's yours.
Right, it's yours.
And
right.
you wrote it. And
Right.
You can also, now the other part of that is you're also in charge of all the things.
Yeah, I mean, I work with, my director is Jamal McNeil.
Yeah.
He is wonderful.
Wonderful. I was gonna say
he
wonderful.
directed me in Still Magnolias. It was a play from the movie. It was a multicultural cast, and he was excellent. He directed me 20 years ago. And he's just a wonderful coach.
Yeah.
He directs A-list actresses to their Oscars and to their Golden Globe Awards. He's a brilliant director named Jamal McNeil. And he coaches all kind of actors, virtually, in person. And we work together. And he knows that this is about my life. So I'm not yes, I work as a team and I like to hear ideas, but I'm the one who knows what the images are of me and my dad, or of the history.
Yeah.
It's like I have the final say on that because it's my life.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm being casted in someone else's
As someone
right,
else.
Right. So
yeah, I think that's the thing that I don't know if I say surprised me, but because I'm trying to think, like, other than yours, had I been doing before?
most people have not gone to solo performances.
And so I'm just really
They're
trying to think
rare.
about that. I'm like, I don't think I've been to one before. And
They're
that's where
rare.
I think, like I said, where I see the misconception, right, that you said.
Right.
Like, hey, this is not just, like you said, when someone would ask me now, like if they would ask me, how did that hold your attention for 90 minutes? I would say, I didn't even know it was 90 minutes, number one. And like I said, there was laughter.
Right.
There was so much just joy in it.
It's storytelling. You know how you have a friend who's just good at telling a story, and when they say, "Let me tell you what happened," and you that particular person in your life, you love to hear their story because they tell it so descriptively and emotionally that you can see everything that happened. Well, that's what this genre is. You're telling a story, and you're describing the room. You're being the voice. And then along with pictures and sound and music and all that, you can see the whole thing with one person. But I've probably seen 51-person shows in my lifetime because I love the genre that much.
And it's funny because I know it is your show, and I know it's about your life, which would make sense, but this is gonna sound funny when it comes out, but I can really see you in it. Like when you talk about, one of the things you say is, your dad was always welcoming.
Right.
You're like that.
Yeah.
That is completely you. Like you were always, like you don't meet a person you don't, a stranger.
No. My father he's a beloved icon.
But
he had a great impact on how I choose to be.
You are just.
Yeah, he had a great impact. I watched him love people of all different races, religions, cultures, sizes, social economic backgrounds. I watched him treat an unhoused person on the street the same as he would treat a dignitary in a mansion. And all of these are Islamic and Christian principles. And I love the way I felt. I love the way saw how they felt. And I said, I want to be that kind of person.
And you are.
Yeah.
You are the
Well,
person
thank
that
you.
portrays it up
Thank
there.
you.
That's the thing I was trying to get to.
Thank
It
you so
portrays
much.
it up there that you're that person. I mean, you know when to be serious, but you also know when to be gracious and when to be kind.
You're so sweet.
And I'm not just saying that.
I paid her $1 million to say this, y'all. No, I'm just joking. No, you know.
But it's the truth, and when you see
Yeah.
it, you're like, and then I don't want to tell the story, but there's few stories where I can live, like my eyes are getting big right now because I can still see it. And this was,
Good
when I saw it was
Thank you
months
so
ago,
much.
right? And
A year ago.
Yeah, well, see?
A year ago today.
It was a year ago.
It was April 5th.
Wow,
Last
okay.
year.
So
Wow.
there you go.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I can still see it up there and thinking the things that I gleaned from it
Wow.
and how they touched me. And my spouse was there too, Kenny was there too. How they touched us. And so I think that's the part that, it's funny because I have you on here, this is the show, we're talking about, you know, show stuff. But at the same time I went home and I was like,
And I'm gonna tell you,
Wow.
you're a good person, but there are a lot of people who aren't. And people mistreat you, they demean you, they live in this realm of hierarchy, whether they have a doctorate or whether their skin is lighter, their hair is straighter, or whether their house is bigger, their husband is more handsome, or they're married, they have kids, or you don't. There's always someone that you're going to encounter in life that's going to put that, I have a hierarchical, higher life than yours. And that's the overall message of the play, is stop doing that.
yeah.
God created us equal, and as far as my faith traditions say, real judgment is in your deeds. It's in what are you going to take to your grave, and if you believe in a God that you're going to meet one day, your house, your fine husband, your kids' success, your TV show, your money, your car, your degree is not going to factor into your judgment. It's just not. And we live in so if you're atheist and don't believe in all that, okay, fine, more power to you, whatever. Well, actually, not no more power to you, but hopefully you don't got no power with that attitude. But the whole play is, that's really the story I'm telling. And I'm telling it as a kid, what I dealt with, how my father taught me, as a career choices, why I made career, why did I get out of hip hop, why did I stay into that music? Because it wasn't going to allow me the same benefit of a country western singer in her 20s to dress modestly and talk about positive things. As in country western, they have that lane to express that. But with hip hop, it's like, no more positive stuff from black women. So why is that? What is the engineered agenda for making black women only be perceived a certain way? To this day,
Yeah.
we're rewarding only one type of a black woman, right? So I'm trying to make people think.
And you are. So I go back to the original question when we talked about what is your purpose. So I feel like you're saying, or I see you, this is coming up your purpose.
Right. Well, you have.
This is part of your purpose. Not your only purpose, I don't think, but
yeah,
part
for
of
me,
it.
and for again, you're coming into a space where this is my perspective from my faith tradition, from my family values, and people are telling people what Muslims are. You don't know what a Muslim is because the news is telling you what it is. And this is not who we are, and we're more in alignment with Christianity and other faith traditions more than you think. We're more similar than you think, and we have to share this space of a world with each other. So we should know each other through speaking to that person, not from Instagram, right?
Oh Lord.
Right.
Oh Lord.
Right.
Oh Lord.
That part.
I didn't even. I can't even get into all that.
Right.
Because you know somebody from Instagram, we're in a world of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, we're so connected, yet we're so apart.
Disconnected.
Yeah, technology has really disconnected us through all the connections.
Yeah, and if you I think.
Ooh, that's deep. That's a T-shirt.
Technology has disconnected.
I'm not telling it. No, don't
Disconnected us from all the connections. Yeah, that's it. Write that one down.
That's so funny.
I just think that's what, it's so funny because I see you and like I said, I see this and I see so many things and I see the work that you've done. I see the work that you're gonna do. I see you, like I said, in so many different avenues. And I just think this play, this performance is something for all to see because like you said, it doesn't matter where you come from, right? It doesn't matter what background you are.
Right.
It doesn't matter what you believe or not believe.
Yeah.
And you're not telling people what they should do.
Mm-mm.
You know, you're not telling people what people should do. So
We're humanity. We're all
you're telling
humanity.
people like just
right.
to hear,
Yeah, we're humanity.
just to open up our
And
eyes.
if you're a critical thinker, you're going to see that it's not about black or white. It's about everyone has felt that someone has made them feel lesser than.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's I'm happy. So what happened was I produced it myself at Kennedy King College.
Yeah.
I was connected to a woman who heard about it, sent her the script. She loved it. Teresa Coleman Walsh. She has her theater in Dallas, Texas, called Bishop Arts Theater.
Okay.
And we're doing 8 shows there from May 27th through June 7th. There are weekend shows, there are 2 preview shows on a Wednesday and a Thursday, 2 weekends. And it's going to be in Dallas, so I'm excited, I'm getting ready for it, there's a lot of work to be done. But Float will be at the Bishop Arts Theater Center in Dallas, Texas, from May 27th to June 7th, 2026, coming up.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Say it again for the people in the back. Float will be at the Bishop Arts Theater Center, May 27th through June 7th for 8 shows. So you can go to my Instagram at Maryum Ali Official, or you can go to Bishop Arts Theater Center website. And if you're in the Dallas area, or you know people in Dallas, so my prayer is that I can tour with the play nationally and internationally.
Stand up, Dallas, and internationally. So May.
Yes.
I'm gonna make you say that one more time. But
Well, I said it 4 times.
I know, but
Well, can you put it on the?
We'll put it everywhere. But this is a question I ask everybody.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
brings it all down.
Okay.
It's whatever it is. You can
Mhm.
laugh, you can cry. But I see what's being so you know of all people. I work with my little garden in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
I have little crazy cats in the backyard.
Right.
All the things. And you know what they say about cats.
I love cats.
Okay.
No,
And what do they say about cats?
they're finicky or arrogant. What
Arrogant.
Some people say bad things about cats. You don't catch
Curious.
Oh, they're curious. Okay, sorry.
Arrogant cats.
Some are though. Some are. They'll be like, come here. They'll be like, oh,
They're babies.
I like cats though.
So maybe, in this all of this that you've done and all this that you have to do left, what are you curious about?
What am I curious about? I'm curious about, is the world about to end?
Maybe.
Girl,
That's
this administration got me going,
That's
ooh,
scary.
is the world gonna end? Do I got time to do this play around the world?
It's May 27th. Gonna be here.
Is it gonna be here?
On May 27th.
What am I curious about? Let me think. What am I curious about?
The cat.
Gosh, what am I curious about? Gosh, you should have told me. I could have come up.
I know. I don't tell anybody. But you're curious. You're curious.
Lord have mercy.
Are we just gonna stick with this May 27th?
I'm telling you what I'm really, what I just said is what I'm more curious about.
You think it's really curious about
I
May
never,
27th?
anything I'm curious about, I can go look up. But I don't know when the last day on this earth is happening, and none of us know. So look,
That's genuine curiosity.
I'm really curious about that because no one knows that question.
Maybe genuine curiosity right there.
That's what I'm curious about. I'm also curious about when my last day on earth is going to be. I can only be curious because I will never know. I know it sounds morbid, people, but hey, that's what I'm curious about.
That's what we're gonna go back to.
Because anything else, I can look up and figure it out.
Go back to the
Go back to the
website. go back to the website. Where people can find you in the play. Go back to the website.
Oh, just Google Bishop Arts Theater Center.
Okay.
Or you can go to my Instagram page and you'll get the information there. Maryum Ali Official, MAYMAYALI Official. And that's my Instagram. Sorry, that's not cold. It was, I need some water. I'm not sick. I don't have the new COVID called cicada. They're always
They were
naming
just telling about that. I didn't even know what that was. It's a bug. I mean, the little.
It is the ball. But they're saying.
Bringing it back, maybe. We're going to be on the 27th. God willing, we're going to be.
Right.
Dallas is going to be there too.
Yes.
On the 27th.
Yes.
Come show out, Dallas.
Inshallah.
One more time, where they can find you.
Where they can find me is Instagram has my information.
Okay.
Maymay Ali Official. Maymay Ali Ali Official. The play information will be there. Or you can go to Bishop Arts Theater Center's website. Just Google Bishop Art Theater Center. That's a beautiful theater in Dallas, Texas. And if you're in that area and you're watching, or if you have family there, come out. I think you'll love the show. Yeah, I'm 99.999% positive I think you'll love the show.
You will. You'll love it.
And so, yeah, you can go to that, and most of the shows are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the 2 preview shows, the first weekend on Wednesday, Thursday, and the opening is Friday, May 27th.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me.
Congratulations, this is wonderful.
Yes.
So proud of you. You've worked very hard and long to get to this point.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It takes work. How many years has it been since you
originally launched the show? Like, oh goodness, it was like COVID.
see?
So 2020.
So we both started during
Oh, like
COVID.
Cinco de Mayo.
So 6 years, and here you are. See how long?
Yep.
See how the time and energy
Yes.
you put in. So whatever you're doing out there, people, be
Yes.
patient with yourself and put in the real hard work and find a mentor if you can. Because I have 2 mentors, Don Reed, Stogie Kenyatta. They've done one-person shows, one-man shows for decades. When I need help, I call one of them up, and they help me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you just got, and it's like you help and you get helped, right?
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, everybody. This is the Terran Lamp Show. If you would like to be here, please let us know. You can find me at I am Terran L. All the stuff Mamie said too will be up on my social as well. And I'd love to have you on your show, on the show. This is the Terran Lamp Show, and we are out. Until next time, be good to yourself and each other. Bye-bye.